This is an actual like bug, huh?
Put it down.
Hey, so this is an actual like bug?
Well, you really see them with a microscope.
Oh really?
But yes, they're a bug. We should just leave these for the next week or two.
Yeah, why not? Just leave them be out.
Still looking okay. Which has to come down for winter anyways, before it gets all tangled up.
Lay down the ground. Go, Jenny. I'll be right back.
Not looking great over there.
No.
Hi there. You're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma, and today we are in the garden and we're on the front porch and we're going to plant up our fall rail baskets. So in the fall, everything has slowed way down and we don't worry about the plants getting big. So I kind of pack in these little baskets for big impact. And these annuals will last me from now, October 1st, probably through January, maybe even February, March, depending on our weather. If we get really cold, the ornamental cabbage or kale will get mushy and we'll have to take them out. And the violas always last all through. Some of my violas last me year round. I just put out a video a couple of weeks ago when I had violas that were in a planter that I moved to a container, and they're still going, and they're still going. So it's been a solid year since I planted those violas, and they're still going. So depending on where they are and what the environment is, the microclimate environment is like, and what our overall winter is like, I can get pansies and violas to perform year round. I've got ornamental kales. I've got 3 different varieties, and they need to be cleaned up a little. I picked these up when I was out of town a week ago at Home Depot. This is it has no name, just ornamental kale. So all I'm gonna do is take off these lower leaves, and when I plant them in the pot, I can plant the stem. See that thick stem? I can plant the soil up to the leaves, and it will just grow new roots and be fine. They will not put on a whole lot of growth. Maybe over the next couple of weeks, they'll bulk up a little tiny bit because we still have some warm weather. And then when the rainy season really hits, they'll just kind of sit there all winter, but you know, some greenery. This one has a little bit of a different texture, and this one is a little bit more purple. I think they're the same. Yeah. these two are actually the same. This one just has a little more color. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up and put them in the baskets. Now, I have 3 rail baskets, and typically I plant up all 3, but our middle basket had thrips this year, and our Super Tunia honey, and so we took the liner and the soil out and threw it away. We put it in a garbage bag and threw it away. That will not get composted because we don't want to harbor those thrips. And I haven't picked up a new coconut core. I will just pick up a new coconut core liner in the spring for spring planting. I also only took about half of the soil out that was root bound from the Super Tunias that were in here. I'll just put some fresh soil on top and reuse that bottom soil for winter. These plants are really not going to use that much nutrition. I will put plant tone in them just to give them some long-term fertilizer, but that's all the fertilizer they'll get for their season. We took down our hanging baskets because we get really high winds over the winter, and there's just no sense in planting up winter baskets for those. So we took those down. We actually put them out in the garden, just in their baskets. They still have a lot of color on them, but they're quickly fading as we have cold nights. So we'll just enjoy them in the garden for a little bit longer, and then we'll pull those and compost them and store the baskets and the coconut liner in the garage. I have 2 different kinds of violas. This is apple cider mix pansy, and it has these colors. They're like magenta and cream and with a black face. And then I have orange jump up violas, which are an orange and dark purple. So we'll mix those up and get these going. And then I also have 1 container that I'm going to jam pack full of beautiful things. We'll get to that in just a minute. Just gonna tease the bottom of these a little tiny bit, but not a whole lot. Because they're a little bit root bound. And if you need to fit something in there, you can always pull off a lot of this soil so you can fit a smaller root ball into a container and fit more plants in there to begin with. And eventually they'll all grow together, but that'll be okay. You can see here how leggy this viola is. I'm just gonna come through and chop it back, and then it'll have an opportunity to kind of bush out. Right, now we're gonna plant up this container full of wonderful things. So I have an ornamental pepper, I have 2 mums, and 2 kale left over. I'm just gonna stuff them all in this container. All right, so I've got my soil, plant tone, I know that I want this to be front and center. So let's do a little bit of cleanup. It's a little bit wilty because the soil is super dry. As soon as we get planted here, get her cleaned up. We'll get it all watered in. Again, just barely teasing these roots apart, not really breaking them, just opening it up a little bit. These ones are a little bit more root bound. It's not going to get as tall as the other things, so we'll put it towards the front. This guy. Definitely don't want that. There's an earwig in there. Go down deeper. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna be a really fun, beautiful container. We're actually going to see if I could tip it on this middle rail basket. Okay, so this is how they look from the front. I love the little tipped basket. It's so adorable. The pansies are a little bit wilty just because their soil was so dry and then we watered them really good. But they'll pop up here really soon. And I can't wait. It'll be so fun. The ornamental cabbage will color up with some more purple as the nights get cooler. And I just love that they have a couple of different textures just to give it a little bit of interest even when the pansies aren't necessarily blooming. But the mums and the peppers in that tip basket, oh my gosh. If that doesn't scream fall, I don't know what. All right, maybe I'll add some pumpkins in that empty basket too. That would be really cute. All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're ready for fall. I know I am, and I'm really excited to bring a whole new month of content to you in the month of October. So we are going to deviate away from gardens, and we're really going to be focusing on graveyards. We're going to visit a whole bunch of lighthouse, and we're going to talk about ghost stories at lighthouses along the Oregon and Washington coast. We will be visiting ghost towns and ghost forests. We're going to talk about, we will talk a little bit about gardening, but it's going to be like, I'm going to talk about, there's a poison garden that I want to talk about, and a few other sort of witchy, Halloween-y type gardens that I'm going to talk about. What else will we do? We will definitely show you how we set up our graveyard in the garden for Halloween, and any DIY Halloween features that we are going to be doing this year. We always do 1 or 2 big DIYs every year. Yeah, so it's just going to be a little bit different for the month of October, and I have a really exciting November all planned out as well. That's going to be a little bit different than our typical our typical content and our routine, right? We're going to get out of our routine a little bit and celebrate the fall. And it is my favorite time of year, so I really get into Halloween. I really get into entering winter and releasing all of the old stuff that no longer serves us, that no longer belongs in our lives. We just let go of it, just like the trees let go of their leaves every year, so that we're ready to take up all the beautiful nutrients from our past and look forward to our future. And that way in the spring we're fresh and ready to hit the ground running with new dreams, new ideas, and a whole new cycle of our lives. So I hope that you are celebrating your life today and every day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.